Welcome to the Advice Show, Media with the Common Sense Approach. So there was a young man, 12 years old, going to a private Catholic school, and he was suspended for staring at a girl. Yes, suspended for staring. Let me roll the clip.
Parents of a 12-year-old Catholic boy are a little peeved. Their son was suspended from school last year for staring at another student. It happened at St. Gabriel Consolidated School in Glendale.
The perception was that he intimidated her.
Kicked out of school for staring at another student? The parents would not let their child be filmed, so I asked the mother to show me the face her kid said he made. The school says that stare was intimidating. The parents took the school to court to get the suspension erased from the record, but they lost the case. In court documents, though, the school said the discipline is consistent with the handbook and the female student felt threatened. The Tolbert son even wrote an apology letter. It reads in part, "I never knew she was scared because she was laughing. I don't want to be suspended anymore. This will be my last time intimidating anyone." The parents say they didn't know about the incident or the apology letter until 3 days after it happened. The parents told me the same student who said she was a victim did something pretty bad herself.
So the same girl that accused my son of this act of perception of intimidation aggressively poured milk on someone else's lunch. When she did that, there was no repercussions for that academic penalty. She received nothing for that.
We tried to talk to the school. They sent us a statement saying, quote, Judge Patrick Dinkelacker listened to the plaintiff's arguments yesterday, rejected them, and dismissed the complaint against the school. We aren't going to comment any further on particular issues concerning our students.
Now, most people will say this is the most ridiculous story I've ever heard in my life. You're going to suspend someone for staring. Well, you know, this really isn't odd for a black person because, you know, we remember Emmett Till. Most of you who don't know about Emmett Till, he was allegedly staring and whistling at a white woman. And what did they do to him? He was a young boy. They beat him, killed him mercilessly just because he was looking and staring and whistling supposedly at a white woman. Recently, in 2015, we had another story of a black man who was stopped by a police officer for staring. We covered that on this channel, as you saw.
Without being in the cop car, right? You know how it is when the police pulling you over. You're like, I'm not doing nothing. Why is he? Every move I make, why is he making it? I'm not doing nothing.
Okay.
Because I have a Michigan plate. Other than that, why was you trailing me?
Because you made direct eye contact with me and held on to it when I was passing you up
What?
Salem.
I made direct. I didn't even see you
I'm
until
not
you
going
were
to argue about
behind
it
me.
anymore, sir. If you want to keep talking about it, I'll just take your license back and give you a citation for the violation. We can take it to court. I'm not going to.
And the cop said, you were staring at me. See, no one in this country knows how it feels to be a black man or a black boy. Like I stated in the previous video, we get it from all angles. We get it from the savages within our community who's choosing to commit crimes. We got to fight through that. Then we got to deal with systematic racism, discrimination. And if we say something about anything, we're complaining. We're being victims all the time. But really, how could you even look at this story and say, this is just normal behavior, staring? The boy wrote an apology letter saying he's not going to intimidate anybody anymore. I mean, as a black man, I'm sick and tired of that. Every single time a black man look a certain way or a black boy, it's a problem. You know, you're intimidating me. He's threatening me. What is he thinking? What is he going to do? All this stuff and propaganda is put out by the people that's within the media or those who are raising their kids that way. But yet the ones that they aren't teaching that's going to do something to somebody, it's them little withdrawn ones in their group. And they go and do some heinous things that we see in the news all the time. But you never sit up there and put those stereotypes out there. See, this story is just wrong. Even if you're paying for a private school, and it's the thing, you can be sometime a great person, don't commit crimes, and still deal with racism. And I know what some of you going to say is, well, you were saying in a video yesterday about the savages within our community. Yeah, but I never said we was removed from racism. You could be a president, you could be a doctor, lawyer, you can be whatever and still have to deal with racism. You could never commit crimes. You could pay your taxes. You could vote. You can do everything right and they still would look at you that way because there are people who don't like us. There are people that feel that we shouldn't be in certain schools and stuff like that. That's why I highly support that we in the black community to get together and open up our own schools that we won't have to deal with getting suspended for staring at somebody. I mean, come on, people do that all the time. People sometimes stare off into space. They're looking your direction, but they're not really staring at you. They're probably thinking about something else. And for this girl who supposedly say she felt threatened and intimidated, that sounds like something her parents said because the boy said she was laughing. Then the same girl poured milk on somebody intentionally and nothing happened to her. It's just straight discrimination and racism. And any black person that got their kid in that school, you need to pull them out because I'm sorry, I would not let my kid go to that school anymore. You suspending somebody for staring. I mean, that just don't make any sense. Out of all the things you could suspend a child for, that's it. That's why the American education system just sucks in a lot of ways. You're paying attention to the wrong things, but not trying to educate these kids. Hit me up in the comments, use your commentaries, subscribe.